Hi, everyone. This is Dr. Shiva. It's around, it's actually 4:30 p.m. starting on time. We're going to let people join. We're going to do an interesting discussion and a study of a very famous lawsuit, funny lawsuit, but it's an interesting one, on who is a private individual. Can animals be private individuals? This case is important because I'll share with you, I think two or 3 days ago, I did a post on Facebook that gave historical facts, and it had a picture of a bear in there, and it looked like Facebook, as from everything I can resolve, didn't like that bear, and they removed. It's a cartoon bear. I removed that post, and I'll talk about that. And so we're going to review that because it's an interesting thing. Because what is a private individual? And I hope the Facebook legal team's listening, or the committee that reviews. I'm going to be sending a letter to them, because I think it's an opportunity for them to learn a little bit of law and actually understand what is a private individual. So as you can see, the diagram here, bring it up here. Oops, I got to share this. The screen here, as we have it here, let me go over here so I can make it nice and big for everyone. The title is, Why Does Facebook Think a Cartoon Bear is a Private Individual? And I have a picture of this monkey here. He's a macaw. And that monkey is a name by the name of Naruto. And we're going to talk about this monkey because it's related to this. And let me just give you a quick background on what took place. And by the way, this was a post I did, and I got this message from Facebook, which said, your post goes against community standards on harassment and bullying. No one else can now see your posts. We have these standards because we want everyone on Facebook to feel respected and welcome. Repeatedly violating our community standards can cause further account restrictions. If you think we've made a mistake, you can disagree with their decision. This was a post I put up, and I'll go over it. And then it went on to say, goes, our standards give more protection to minors and private individuals than to adults and public figures. Harassment and bullying can include things like descriptions or photos that degrade someone's appearance or character, targeting someone with threats. And obviously we didn't do that. So interesting enough, we're going to look at this thing where it talks about our standards for harassment and bullying. And really, we're going to go into this. As those of you who are joining, this is Dr. Shiva. If you want to learn more about VA Shiva and what we do, you can go to vashiva.com. But we're going to take a systems approach to understanding what this was about. And many of you who've listened before, everything we do at VA Shiva and with our movement for truth, freedom, and health, which I'll put a little posting on here, is really about taking a systems approach to understanding how the world operates. And you can go to truthfreedomhealth.com and sign up to become a warrior scholar so you can learn the science of systems. Before I come back to this, I'm going to just play quick videos for those of you who are new so you understand my journey to systems, the science of systems, and it'll help you understand sort of the philosophical and scientific approach we take here at VA Shiva. Welcome to VA Shiva. VA Shiva is a product of my journey across East and West, science and tradition, ancient and modern, that brings you the science of systems so you can become a force for truth, freedom, health. VA Shiva is a platform of revolutionary education, community building, and weaponry for unleashing local activism. My journey to VA Shiva begins in the chaos of Bombay, where I experienced diverse religions, languages, castes, and in a small village that had no running water, no electricity, where my grandmother, a poor village farmer, practiced Siddha, an ancient system of Indian medicine over 10,000 years old. She observed one's face, the art of Samudrika Lakshanam, to understand a body's unique constitution, allowing her to deliver the right medicine for the right person at the right time. Watching my grandmother heal others, I was inspired to study medicine, but I was also aware of the corrupt caste system of India, which denigrated a human being, where my family were considered low caste untouchables, where one's birth determined one's destiny. The grit and determination of my mother and father led them to get educated and to come to America, a 1 in a trillion event. Their actions inspired me to work hard and excel. While in 9th grade, I attended New York University in a computer science program, and subsequently, at the age of 14, was given a full-time job as a research fellow at what is now known as Rutgers Medical School in the heart of Newark, New Jersey. There I investigated the system of sleep using mathematics, computer science, and biology for sudden infant death syndrome. It was there in Newark where I invented email, when I was the first to convert every feature of the physical, paper-based interoffice mail system, including inbox, outbox, memo, carbon copy, blind carbon copy, attachments, into its electronic equivalent, a system which I named email, a term that I was the first to coin. On August 30th, 1982, I was awarded the first U.S. copyright for the invention of this system, recognizing me as the inventor of email. At that time, copyright was the only way to protect software inventions. I went on to MIT, where I earned 4 degrees across multiple systems of engineering: electrical, mechanical, design, biological. That training led me to invent many other systems for advancing humankind. EchoMail, the world's first intelligent email management system. Cytosolve, a computational biology system for eliminating animal testing to discover new medicines faster, cheaper, and safer. And to the creation of a whole systems methodology for certifying clean food. These innovations led me back on a Fulbright to India, where I discovered the missing link between Eastern medicine and Western systems theory, honoring my grandmother, to develop Your Body, Your System, a powerful tool that will help you understand how your body is a system and how the inputs of food, supplements, and exercise bring your body back to its natural system state. And Systems Health, an integrative educational discipline that is now integrated into the VA-SHIVA platform that will enable you to learn the science of systems, the science of everything, be it your body as a system or our society and politics as a system, to reveal the foundational interrelationships between truth, freedom, health. Now is the time for you to be the light, learn the science of systems, build community, and weaponize yourself to unleash the activism necessary to deliver truth, freedom, health in your local community. Welcome to VA-SHIVA. All right, everyone, welcome back. So we're going to be talking about, as I mentioned, this, I put this up here, why does Facebook think a cartoon bear is a private individual? And this comes literally on the heels of an interesting posting that took place that I received feedback from Facebook this morning. And I put up this post a few days ago, and we'll go into this. It's really talking about Ukraine, and there's a picture of a bear and a picture of a NATO tank and Uncle Sam and a picture of Ukraine here. And as I mentioned, I got this notice back from Facebook this morning, which says we have standards because we want everyone on Facebook to feel respected and welcome. It says your post goes against our community service standards on harassment and bullying. So something about this post over here goes against Facebook's policies. I've been trying to figure out what those are, and we'll walk this together. And then it ends up saying that repeatedly violating the community standards can cause further account restrictions. If you think you've made a mistake, you can disagree, which I obviously did. And then it says our standards on harassment and bullying give more protection to minors and private individuals than to adults and public figures. Let me zoom in a little bit. And it says harassment and bullying can include things like descriptions or photos that degrade someone's appearance or character, targeting someone with threats. So anyway, let's look at this. So this was a post I put up, and you can see it right here. It really talks about the Ukraine war. It talks about Obama and McCain using the word prostitutes to describe them for essentially the military-industrial complex. And it gives some historical facts that took place. And it says, you know, they never wanted to do the Minsk II agreement. And it says, bottom line is imperialism is what instigated this war. And then I have this picture, as you can see. A NATO tank, Uncle Sam, Ukraine, etc. And by the way, many people on the left and right have talked about this also. In fact, Bernie Sanders just critiqued it the same way that people on the right have critiqued it. But anyway, let's look at what Facebook said. It says our standards give more protections to minors and private individuals than to adults and public figures. So protections to minors and private individuals. And it says harassment and bullying can include things like description or photos that degrade someone's appearance or character. So I've been trying to figure out what's going on. So if you go back and you look at this, well, I talk about Obama, I talk about McCain, and there's this picture. So the first question is Barack Obama a private individual or a minor? It's the first question. Well, Barack Obama is a public figure. So he's clearly not a private individual in the sense that he's a public figure. And you can speak about him as far as I last knew. And he's a minor. And then he's not a minor. I'm sorry. Could be a minor, but he's not a minor. Okay. So obviously this is a big no. Okay. So I'm assuming they're not concerned with the historical stuff I said against Barack Obama. The second thing is John McCain a private individual or a minor? Well, John McCain is dead. He's not a private individual also, and he's not a minor by any means. Okay. Someone here, I'm going to have to, someone here on, let me just do one thing here. And I'm going to, great. Okay. So this is obviously a no. Then let's go, is NATO tank a private individual or a minor? If you go back here, I have a picture of the NATO tank. So I'm wondering if that is, obviously that's an object. So that's not a private individual or a minor. The next question is a cartoon bear a private individual or a minor? And you can look at the cartoon bear right here, okay? And so that's the only other thing. I mean, this is a character of Uncle Sam. So this really made me wonder, maybe this is what really concerned Facebook, because I'm sure they're very, very concerned that I don't make fun of bears, cartoon bears, because kids have teddy bears. That's the only thing I could think about. The Zuckerberg, I know, has a new child, and maybe he was concerned the kid would get a bad experience me making fun of a cartoon bear. So that really led me to wonder, what I'd done wrong here. So that brings up the case of Naruto, the Macaw monkey. Now, this may seem unrelated, but it's extremely closely related. It was a precedent-setting Ninth Circuit case. Facebook, if you're listening, you are in the Ninth Circuit, and this case needs to be understood. So this is about Naruto, the Macaw monkey. So everyone, I hope you're listening because this is a fascinating case, okay? So what happened here was, here's Naruto, this Macaw monkey, and what ended up happening was several years ago, about close to now 11 years ago, what ended up happening was there's this photographer by the name of David Slater, and he's actually a wildlife photographer, and he was out, I think, in Indonesia somewhere, and he had left all his camera equipment, and a bunch of these macaw monkeys stole his camera, and they started taking selfies of themselves, and this was one of them that came out. So Naruto, I'm not sure where they called Naruto, but he's a macaw monkey, and it took a bunch of selfies, but this was one of the selfies he took. And a big question resulted, a copyright question, is who owns this picture? Okay. Wikimedia had put up this picture, and they had said, well, since the monkey took it, no one owns the picture. And that ended up with PETA jumping in, the animal group, okay, which is for the protection of animals, and they said the photographer was exploiting the monkey because he was making money off the monkey, and that this was wrong. So they sued him. The case got dismissed and it got appealed to the Ninth Circuit. It's a fascinating case, okay? Because the question is who can own a copyright, okay? So anyway, PETA files, this was in Art World, they called it a ridiculous suit against photographer profiting from a monkey's selfie. Should a monkey get selfie profits? So anyway, this was costing the monkey selfie photographer a ton of money. He was actually going broke, and he was thinking maybe he should start doing dog walking because the amount of money he was paying the lawyers. And this was another thing that came out, I think, in The Guardian. It says David Slater has been fighting for years over who has a copyright to photos taken by monkeys using his camera, and says he's struggling as a result. Okay, so that was the article that came out in The Guardian. So what ended up happening was, after many, many years, this is a case that was the appeals court case. You can see the cover of it. And I really recommend Facebook's lawyers go read it. But it says Naruto, a crested macaw, by and through his next friends. And I'll talk about this. There's a law saying that if one person can't file a lawsuit, let's say they're disabled or they can't speak, a friend who's close to them can do it. So PETA used this this law framework called Next Friends, which said they are the friends of the monkey. So they were going to file on behalf of the monkey. And you can see it says Naruto, crested monkey, by and through his next friends, people for the ethical treatment of animals. So PETA said they are the friends of the monkey. And it's versus John Slater, Blurbs Inc., Wildlife Personalities, because he's the one who sells his pictures of this monkey through Wildlife Inc. Okay. So I hope everyone who's coming in is new, who's listening to this is, there was a post I did on Facebook, and it had a picture of a Russian bear, cartoon bear, and it looks like Facebook had a problem with it. They took it down. So I'm just trying to help Facebook attorneys understand the law here a little bit. And we're reviewing the Naruto versus David Slater case. Okay. So what's going on here was this. So the monkey selfie lawsuit finally ended, and the Ninth Circuit affirmed that, in fact, a human being is the one who can be a private individual owning a copyright. Okay. So what happened here was the following. In fact, the appeals court actually blasted PETA for using the selfie monkey as an unwitting pawn. And I want to read you some of the comments. The judges who ruled on this, basically they were saying, it looks like PETA was using this, the picture or the monkey, ideologically to push their ideological agenda. And I guess circuit judges don't like that. And so, and one could argue, is Zuckerberg and Facebook really using this poor cartoon bear to push their ideological agendas because they really maybe didn't like what I was saying, but we'll come back to that. But the monkey loses the selfie copyright case. That's what ended up happening. We go to that, and this was in the Washington Post. And the Washington Post reporter said maybe the monkey should sue PETA, which is what the appeals court suggested. So what happened here was, this is out of one of the blogs that was on this, but PETA seems, this is what one of the judges wrote. He said, PETA seems to employ Naruto, which is a monkey, as an unwitting pawn in its ideological goals. And as you can see here, it says PETA originally brought the lawsuit as a next friend, where a young child or someone in prison might be too, quote unquote, incompetent or unavailable to sue. In cases like that, the law allows a third party to sue on their behalf as a, quote unquote, next friend, provided, of course, there's a suitably close relationship. All three judges agree the animals in general can't be represented by next friends, but Smith wanted to go further and say that PETA's lack of next friend status should automatically throw the lawsuit out of court. In this case, the court went ahead and treated Naruto, a literal monkey, as a real plaintiff. They did. But this is what the judges wrote. They say, puzzlingly, while representing to the world that, quote, animals are not ours to eat, wear, experiment on, use for entertainment, or abuse in any other way, PETA seems to employ Naruto as a unwitting pawn in its ideological goals. So, by the way, many of you know we have a technology called Cytosolve, which is the goal is to eliminate animal testing. So I actually like the fact that PETA wants to save animal lives, but in this case, the judge's points need to be understood here. So the net of it is, what basically this ruling affirmed is only humans are private individuals, not a monkey and not a cartoon bear. Okay, and I'll come back to that because I have a couple more very important points I want to make on this. But the reason I went through this was we went from a post that was deleted, from the social media issues, and we went to a lawsuit with a monkey, and we connect these things. And this is really about taking a systems approach so we can get down to the truth of what's going on. And I'll come back to this because I want all of you to recognize that the thinking that we use here at our Institute for Truth, Freedom, and Health is to teach people a systems approach. So clearly it doesn't make any sense why that post was taken down. But let me go back to this and go back to that post, and we'll come. I do want to play you a video before I leave because I want all of you guys to take advantage of becoming Truth, Freedom, and Health warriors. But this was the post, as you can see, that I put up there. Okay. It says who incited the war, who meddled in Ukraine, right? You can read it, what I shared here. And, that just shared historical facts. And so one of the important facts that I don't think Facebook had an issue with this, because this is just a known fact that Obama and McCain are in fact prostitutes of the military industrial academic complex. That's been written about many, many times by far left people and far right people, middle of the road people. Everyone talks about this. Okay. That's just a fact. So I'm sure Facebook didn't have a problem with that fact. Barack Obama and John McCain wanted Ukraine to be part of NATO. That's a fact. Okay. I'm sure no one had a problem with that. And the question comes down to this, right? And it's really the only thing that's left is this poor bear, angry bear, the Russian angry bear. It looks like what Facebook had a problem with. And that comes back to Naruto, okay? Because this is not a private individual. And if you go back to, let me go back here to the point that was made in the notice that was put up, it said that, let me go back here. It said our standards give more protections to minors and private individuals. I don't think the bear was a minor, but I think Facebook is thinking it was a private individual, okay? So, but clearly the case of Naruto, as we just walked through, which I recommend people at Facebook read carefully, Naruto was clearly found not to be a private individual. Therefore, the cartoon bear is not a private individual. Therefore, I would kindly request Facebook to put up this very nice factual post about what's going on in Ukraine, okay? So that's what I wanted to discuss today. And I want to invite all of you to become Truth, Freedom, and Health warriors. Take a systems approach. The science of systems is the only way for us to find what the hell's going on these days. Even in this war in Ukraine, you can take a pro-Ukraine position, an anti-Ukraine, pro-Russian, anti-Russian. I urge people to go watch the video I did on what's actually going on in Ukraine. And this is really about imperialism. You have two big thugs, the United States and Britain, and you have a smaller thug, Putin, who wants to protect his area. But the main people who lose on this is the working people of Russia, Ukraine, the United States, Britain, everyone. So these are a bunch of imperialists who are fighting it out, and none of it has any interest with us. And for that matter, I don't think Naruto, this Macaw, would also approve of this. So anyway, so let me finish by encouraging everyone to become a Truth, Freedom, and Health warrior scholar. And I'll just finish up with this video. Let me see if there's any interesting questions here before I do that. Someone says, has a monkey shown up in court yet? That's a good question. We'll have to find out. No, the monkey did not show up. Remember, the monkey did not show up. Okay. Facebook should provide their interpretation of a private individual. Yes. I think we should ask Facebook, is the angry Russian bear a private individual? I think not. Okay. Someone said that was entertaining. Yep, it was entertaining, but it is, I think we need to educate. Someone said, I'm glad you did this. Antoinette Zanotti. And anyway, if you guys appreciate this, please go out there and become a Truth, Freedom, and Health warrior. Join the movement for Truth, Freedom, and Health. I'm going to play this video. And hey, John, should I play the anthem video or the features video? Yes, I'm going to play the features video and become a Truth, Freedom, and Health warrior. Learn the science of systems. So here you go. And learn how to look at the world beyond left and right, beyond pro and anti. Otherwise, we're all screwed. Here you go. Hello, this is Dr. Shiva Ayyadurai. Welcome to VA Shiva, the platform of education, technology, and activism, so you may raise your consciousness to win the truth, freedom, and health you need to create the future you deserve. The VA Shiva platform provides its Truth, Freedom, Health warrior scholars the following 3 capabilities. Number 1, an ultimate education that is based on the science of systems. Number 2, technologies to empower you to take charge of your health, as well as social media tools, independent of big tech, so you can connect with other incredible Truth, Freedom, Health warrior scholars equally dedicated like you to winning truth, freedom, and health. 3, instruments for activism, so you become a beacon of light in your online and offline community to educate others' growth and advancement. VA Shiva provides you the foundations of the science of systems, the ultimate education. The science of systems provides you the missing fundamental scientific knowledge to understand every system in and around you. The science of systems will enable you to uncover the real problem and real solution in any situation and on any issue. Concerning the educational component, first you will receive direct access to me to learn the science of systems in my 3-hour live private online group class that I run every week. Second, you will have access to archived lectures so you can continue your education independent of me. Third, you can test your proficiency in learning the fundamental principles and get a formal certification for the foundations of systems. Independent of this classroom education, you will receive also 4 important books. The first book is the best-selling classic Systems and Revolution, from which you can learn all of these concepts and more. The second book is The Science of Everything, that will educate you on how the science of systems systems is the foundational knowledge of every system in the universe. The third book, Your Body, Your System, focuses on how to understand the interplay of these systems within your own body. And then the fourth book, Your System, Your Life, will help you apply these principles to other aspects of your life, such as running a business, understanding relationships, and more. Beyond the curriculum and books, the second capability is the technologies that you will be afforded. One of them is a powerful Your Body, Your System software, which is an online laboratory where you can use your body as a system to further deepen your understanding of the science of systems. The tool allows you to understand what kind of system you are. Is your system on course or is it off course? And how the inputs of food, supplements, herbs, activities such as sleep, yoga, meditation, exercise can affect your body to bring it back on course. Finally, to support your education, I've also included a seminal scientific paper that I wrote, which will help you understand that the knowledge of systems, it does not only originate in the modern world starting in the 1920s and 30s, but it actually dates back 10 to 20,000 years and intersects directly with the foundations of Eastern systems of medicine. In addition to this, you will also get 2 scientific papers sharing how the science of systems can also be used to apply to understanding how food is medicine. One paper exposes turmeric from the molecular systems level and how it affects your body. The other paper explores ginger and how that affects your body. That's just the educational piece. As you raise your consciousness through this education, you will likely want to connect with other Truth Freedom Health warrior scholars in an environment where you can connect and build community. To support that, I've also created 2 powerful social media tools. One of them is the VA Shiva forum. Here you can start discussions, you can pose questions and meet others and have healthy debates. The other is VA Shiva Social, where you can create your own profile, your own presence, like other major social media tools. However, it is independent of big tech. You can use VA Shiva Social to interconnect with your fellow Truth Freedom Health warrior scholars and build community. Beyond the education capability and the social media capability, the platform also enables you to take action by disseminating your knowledge on the ground and into your local online and offline communities. Powerful educational cards and research are included so you can pass these cards to your friends and neighbors that provide them summarized content, which further directs them to online research and education. In addition to this, the activism component also provides you many short 1-minute educational video content, memes, and text, allowing you to quickly craft messages for your Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, and other pages so you can deliver content to educate others and drive them to longer educational posts on VA Shiva. VA Shiva is fundamentally an enabling platform for you to get the truth, freedom, and health you deserve through education, technology, and activism. I hope you become a Truth, Freedom, and Health warrior scholar today. Thank you. All right, everyone. I hope that was valuable. I hope you learned a little bit about what is a private individual. Please let Facebook know. I'll be sending a letter to them. But most importantly, remember this. Understand the science of systems so we can move beyond left and right. Go to truthfreedomhealth.com. We'll be doing a video tomorrow on cardiovascular health. And we're also going to be launching our collaboratory research projects where each one of you can also be involved in doing research. One of the questions we're going to ask is, who is the Atlantic Council? Go look them up, the Atlantic Council, and find out how those guys are involved very, very closely with some of the biggest elite organizations in the world. And in my view, they're the organization which really is a backbone of the establishment, Atlantic Council. But go do some research. Thank you. Be well. Let me end with my ending.